Heyo, it's me, MTGJade, here again for another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck tech on my favorite deck, which is my Ramses Overdark deck. Which, if you don't know, I'm pretty biased towards why it's my favorite deck, because my actual name is Ramsey. So it's just like the best deck, because the card's my name, and it's a ton of fun, a unique commando. So yeah. So, I'm going to be doing this super, more professionally now, and I'm going to be trying to rehaul all my current deck techs eventually, to be more like this new format I'm doing, which is just hopefully going to be better. It's inspired by Commander's Quarters. So yeah, let's go into it. Okay, so let's start off the deck by starting off with the ramp, because every good deck has good ramp. And for this deck, my ramp is smaller since it's Demille, but I have a Solving, Demille Signet, a card I would don't have in any other deck, but solely because it's like my favorite deck and stuff. I have my Mana Crypt, then we have Wayfarer's Bubble, and Solemn Simulacrum. Next, let's go into the card draw, because who doesn't love drawing cards? We got Flight of the Fancy, which is both card draw and removal. Phyrexian Arena, Private Research, which is also card draw and removal in this deck. Ristic Study, Deep Analysis, Compulsive Research, Loyal Drake, and Hateful Eidon. Okay, now let's go into the next part of this deck, the Commando Protection, the cards I use to protect my Commando. We got Fierce Guardian as a counter spell. My one other counter spell is Force of Negation. Then we got Swiftfoot Boots, Gift of Doom, Reigns of Power, which I just love this card. It's the best feeling ever to use it in response to someone overloading a Cyclonic Rift on the end of someone's turn, so that they lose all their creatures but you don't. And then Crab Umbra. And the Crab Umbra is both Commando Protection and what's up for this next section, which is the Untap Commando section. Since with the Commando's ability, you have to tap it in order to kill an enchanted creature. This is my cards I use for untapping. We got Fate Stitcher, Magrite Stone, 1000-Year Elixir, Freed from the Real, Retreat to Coral Helm, and Mino School at Water's Edge. Now, let's go into my non-commando removal, because my main removal option is obviously my commando, but I have some options in case I don't have him out since he's so expensive. We got Feast of Dreams, Force of Despair, Leadership Vacuum, Snuff Out, Tragic Slip, and then Damnation. Okay, let's go on to the next category of this deck, which is the "oh, that's cool, it's mine now" part, where it's all about taking people's stuff. We got Willbreaker, Thieving Amalgam, Root Manok, Treachery, Unhallowed Pack, Unholy Indexual, Shade's Form, Fool's Demise, False Demise, Corrupted Conscience, Minion's Return, and Dead Man's Chest. Most of these cards have just great synergy with my commando and stuff. And yeah, I love it. Now let's go on to the auras. Well, the auras are the cards that don't do any of the stuff just talked about and are needed to be able to destroy creatures with my commando. I'll talk about the first 4 ones that are the 4 best, and then I just have some other ones that are more filler since they haven't printed cards that are really as good as these yet. First, let's go with Dragon Wings, which is a great card because the cycling lets you put it in your graveyard, and then whenever someone casts a creature with 4-mana cost 6 or more, you can just instantly have it put onto that. Launch, which is also repeatable, and when the creature dies, you get the card launched back to your hand. Then the 2 impetuses I have, Parasitic and Psychic, since they force people to not attack you and they have to attack each turn, which is huge. And then lastly, Screams from Within, which acts just like Launch, where it comes back to my hand. Now for the auras that are less synergized and more just value, Bane Wasp Affliction, Death Watch, Funeral March, and Vow of Flight. Now, let's go into the cards that don't fit into any of these groups, but still have their spots as being part of my deck. Leyline of Interpretation, which lets me do instant speed stuff, which really helps when you need something removed. Propaganda to try and make people not attack me since I don't have many blockers. Shock Typhoon, because it's Shock Typhoon, it's a ton of fun, and I'm playing a ton of auras, so I get a lot of shocks. Clever Impostor, which kind of goes into stealing people's stuff, except for you're not stealing stuff, you're just getting it also. Root Water Shaman lets me have flash on my auras, which is again the instant speed stuff. Glaring Spotlight in order to deal with a really big problem with the deck, which is hexproof. That gets rid of it and stuff, which is huge. Demonic Tutor to find cards I need at the moment. Maze of Ith to protect me from other attackers and stuff. And lastly, let's talk about other lands I didn't already mention. So other lands except Maze of Ith and the Morrows on Water's Edge. We got Bazooka Bomb, Command Tower, Demure Aqueduct, Dreadship Reef, Drowned Catacombs, Feeded Pools, Morphic Pool, Polluted Delta, Reliquary Tower, Sunken Hollow, Sunken Ruins, Tainted Isles, Underground River, Watery Grave, and then 11 islands and 11 swamps. So I hope this new format of building deck techs and stuff is better and more liked. I'm going to have a link my new official tapped out account, which is just for this YouTube channel where I only post the decks I have deck techs on and stuff. So yeah. So thank you for